Welcome back to my channel. This is Corey and I play The Sims. We're gonna do something a little bit different today. So I'm recording this just after the latest patch release, and I'm waiting on, want to wait a little while to do my veggie challenge because there's some issues with this patch. Um, I'll go into more detail about it later, but what I'm gonna do today is combine The Sims with one of my other hobbies, which is Dungeons and Dragons. And I'll kind of talk more about what I'm doing as I go along, but very slight spoilers for the beginning of Curse of Strahd ahead. If you plan on playing the Curse of Strahd campaign and don't want any spoilers, click over to a different video now. Otherwise, if you are if you are a Curse of Strahd player, if you're past the village of Barovia, you should be fine. I don't plan on putting in any spoilers for anything past that. All right, let's get into The Sims. So I'm getting kind of extra with my D&D campaign. One of the things I'm doing is making some visual aids in The Sims. I for this one I'm building a scene from the beginning of the campaign. This was probably about 6 months ago that they actually got to this point. So if any of my players are watching, you don't have any spoilers either. This is the front room of the Burgomaster's Mansion in Barovia. I'm building a balcony upstairs. Also going to show off some of the new stairs, or what's new with the stairs in the latest update. You can now set stair railings to just one side or the other. But till now, stair rails have been an all or nothing situation. You can also widen out the stairs at the top or the bottom. I just widen the stairs out here. You can see they actually flare out and it looks really good. I am probably gonna end up making these stairs well, adding some light so I can see what I'm doing. I'm probably gonna make these stairs just one-sided because no, I don't think I'm going to do that because I want to have those railings down here. They kind of clip, railings kind of clip into the wall, and you can see it here. Um, Looking for some windows. Um, this is the point where I realize I've not put move objects on yet. So it's clipping into it's not wanting to find spots in the walls it'll go to. I'll figure it out here in just a second. But building the front hall where the players first meet Arena. I am also, if you can see here, I think I changed the swatch on this window here at some point. No, this is where I realized I haven't put move objects on. Um, but I'm gonna change the swatch on the window here in a minute. There are some broken swatches in Life or Death, Life and Death, excuse me. And that's what I'm doing here. The Burgomaster's Mansion has been under siege for several nights by the forces of the evil vampire Strahd, and they've come breaking in through the windows, doing all kinds of, bad things to the house and terrorizing the people that live there. Trying to find a good. I think I'm trying to match the staircase here. This is gonna be a. This isn't gonna be a normal Sims build. This is just a kind of a vignette. Um, Part of my being extra with this D&D campaign, I'm actually doing a little cosplay project, um, and getting people to cosplay at least the main characters, the main NPCs in this campaign. Um, so far it's gone over pretty well. I have only met two of the cosplay characters, and it's the two that live here, actually. I'm going. Oh, I decided to make the Burgomaster's Mansion kind of more green toned, to kind of contrast with the black and red of the Von Zarovich family. Which, if you've played Curse of Strahd, you know who that is. If you're not, I'm not gonna spoil it for you. Um, but yeah, I think I can safely say Ismark and Irina's names without giving anything away. Um, there is an edge to this balcony that's I'm trying to fix, to where it's a little make it look a little prettier. So I just see the hard line of the underside of that floor. Putting in some columns, try to dress it up a little bit, make it look more architectural. I don't know. I don't remember if I end up changing the color of the stairs and the railing, because they stand out quite a bit from this um from the green of the wallpaper. Let's see. Um, yeah, this is when I'm trying to figure out the what I want to show. Um, yeah, this will. I'm eventually going to edit in one of the characters, and I'm going to be going back and forth into this mode. Try to find a good angle to show. So I'm basically building a building a backdrop to put one of my cosplay characters on. Um, let's see. Trying to find a rug here to put down in front of the stairs, because there is a big fancy rug on the map. I'll link the map that I'm using for this. Um, I want to say it's by Tom Cardos. There are a lot of really, really great D&D maps out there, especially for Curse of Strahd. Trying out different rug swatches, trying to find something that's appropriately grand for the entryway of basically the Lord Mayor um, of the town closest to the big fancy castle on the big spooky fancy castle on the hill overlooking everything. Um, and this is the spoiler. The Burgomaster was dead to begin with. One of the plot hooks for Curse of Strahd is that you get a letter from the Burgomaster begging you to come help save the day. Um, the fancy coffin is probably the one he deserves. The more rustic looking coffin is probably the more like what's actually going to be in the game. Because his children have basically built it themselves because no one else will come to help them. And it's up to the player characters to come and, save the day. Um, I am trying here to do the raise lower objects command. It's not working for some reason on my computer. I don't know if I've accidentally mapped a different command to the key. Because normally with move objects on, you can press 0 or 9 on the keypad to raise and lower objects. I can't give a demonstration for that because it doesn't seem to be working on my computer. Um, but normally you can use that to raise and lower objects. So I'm just kind of was trying to put some flowers on top of the casket, but I'm just going to have to scatter them around the casket. Um, Trying to find definitely not the mother plant from Strangerville. Um, Trying to find something that looks like a funeral flowers. Um, Something that you know was gathered by hand. Yeah. One thing about Barovia, there is no sunlight, so flowers are not particularly plentiful. But they want to do something nice for their deceased father because he was a good guy. Um, let's see. What am I doing here? Oh, I'm still trying to. This is probably after I've looked up on the internet that yes, it is supposed to be 0 and 9 that will raise and lower objects, but it does not. I don't know what's going on with it. Yeah, it just does a very far zoom out. I'm just trying it with different camera controls. Something I think I've set something to a command that I didn't know that I had. Um, I'll eventually give up on it and decide that it's okay. I can deal with it. Um, yeah. So I'm gonna keep working on what am I doing? I think that this is the point where I start to actually decorate the rest of the room because there's a fireplace and there's some chairs. Looking for, I think here I'm looking for something to put in this corner right here by the stairs. Put some kind of art or something to put like a sculpture. I think that's. I'm trying to use mostly life and death from life and death pack for this build. Um, you know what? I still think an urn is the most appropriate thing to put in that. Maybe it's a deceased family member. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe it's just a decorative urn. Um, let's see. Got the fireplace in there now. There's also we'll be very soon using a couple items from the Love Struck pack. Um, what am I doing with that? Oh, I'm making it look like they put a bookshelf to up to if like pushed a bookshelf up against the window to block bad guys from getting in. I don't really like that there's a light in that bookshelf. I mean, I think for a modern Sims gameplay, it's fine, but probably not for what I'm actually for a fantasy setting. But I don't know if it's gonna be noticeable. Hmm. And again, this is for something that the excuse me. This is for something that the players have seen already, so it's not like it's. But this is just to give kind of an idea of something that I'm going to be doing for my players. Um, I'm planning on doing some. Going to be doing some more of this kind of thing, doing some scenes. Um, I'll probably end up posting them after my players have gotten there. Um, but they're not any of the scenes that I'm wanting to make yet, so no spoilers. Yeah, this would actually be minus the coffin and the whole horribleness of Barovia, this might be a nice little cozy scene. Nice little, some nice cozy chairs in front of the fireplace, grand sweeping staircase. Yeah, this could be pretty nice. Yeah, I'm starting to get an idea of what I want this to look like. I could probably have dressed it up a little bit more, but I feel like there's the fact that it looks a little bit empty for a Lord Mayor's residence. Definitely speaks to some of the extreme poverty in Barovia. It's just not a good place to live at all. I'm adding some scuffs and scratches to the walls, trying to make it look like there's been a fight here. Um, and for those of you that are concerned, no, there's not going to be a vampire burgomaster popping up out of the coffin. He is very much deceased. Um, he was not actually killed by one of the minions in the fight. He basically had a heart attack from the stress of his house being under siege. Um, he was probably in poor health anyway. Um, so here I'm gonna moody up the lighting a little bit. I really like that chandelier. That's really pretty. That's from Life and Death. There's a lot of Life and Death has a lot of really pretty objects, um, including and some that are rather creepy. So yeah, I think yep, that is the Lovers tarot card. Um, I'm not gonna say why that's in here. That is to actually explain that would be spoilers. But if you know, you know. And I'm just sorry for all the swoopy camera. I'm just trying to lined up for a good shot for the get the shots in. This is I think where I'm starting to actually get a good final shot, and this is going to be what I use as the base to build the image I'm going to show my players, which I'm going to put right here. And this is Ismark from Curse of Strahd. I'm going to leave this video here. I hope y'all have a great morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I will catch you all later. Bye bye.